Good morning and welcome to my blog. This morning I'm going to be testing out some sunscreens. I've had a couple comments and questions about mineral sunscreens and why they look so white and are they going to make me look strange. So I'm going to be trying out two. I'm trying out Stream to Sea's SPF 30 Sport, which is going to be a mineral-based white colored sunscreen, but I'm also going to try out Stream to Sea's SPF 20, which is for faces and bodies, but it's tinted, so I'm thinking this is a really good solution for a daily wear that I can wear under my makeup and it won't show. So first thing about mineral-based sunscreens is how much do you use, and you actually use a very, very small amount. You're supposed to use about a bit the size of a pea for your whole face and neck, and I'm going to only do half my face to show you that it doesn't actually turn your face white. So I'm going to use a half a pea, and this is topical. It doesn't need to soak into the skin, it's just going to sit on your skin and provide a physical barrier. So you just kind of spread it around, and it's completely safe for your eyes. And I tend to close my eyes and just rub sunscreen all over my face and my neck, and I don't worry too much about my eyes, and this is not going to burn my eyes at all. Okay, my skin is very, very sensitive, and I will really break out from sunscreen sometimes if it's a very greasy type, or I'm beginning to learn that it's probably not just the greasiness of it, but the chemicals that are in a lot of sunscreens that were making me break out and have trouble. So Stream to See does not give me those problems at all. I'm going to try the 20 now, and this one is the tinted. And so I'm going to take, because I'm only doing half my face, I'm going to take half of a pea. And I'm just going to, this you can't even see it like you can see the white one. Just going to do a few dots, and I'm going to spread it. Spread it all over. So any concern you had about mineral sunscreen being evident, you can see that you can't even tell. You can't even tell that I'm wearing it. This is almost going to be my new concealer, right? So the reason that you want to think about using some reef-safe and coral larva-safe sunscreens, and this Stream to See is the only sunscreen that has been proven reef and coral larva safe, is because even if you are not scuba diving or diving or sailing or swimming, when you come to the end of the day and you bathe, all the water that washes off of your body goes somewhere, and here in Florida it goes into our aquifer. I'm sitting here on the banks of the St. Johns River. You can hear the birds behind me. I guess it's now spring. Winter is completely over, all 3 weeks of winter that we had. And everything that goes into your bathtub ends up eventually in the water, and that's why we want to wear a reef-safe sunscreen even if you're not on the reef. Today I'm going to be doing some yard work, and at the end of the day I'm going to want to shower, and I want to know that whatever products that I'm putting on my body and that I'm putting into our aquifer are going to be safe for a fish, safe for the environment. The other thing about Stream to See is this was formulated by a Florida girl, and it's all produced here in Florida. She's a chemist, and she was diving in Palau and was coming up and realized that she was seeing a slick on the water. And I've seen that as well. I've seen where there are a lot of swimmers and there's just absolute oil slick of sunscreen. And you start thinking about the volume of sunscreen that gets into our water. And you can look up the statistics. It's incredible how many billions of gallons of sunscreen are in the water. And only 2 drops of sunscreen in the equivalent of 2 or 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools is enough to kill coral larvae. And so you see reef bleaching, coral bleaching, and all these things are pretty bad. That noise that you hear is one of my cats. All the cats are hanging out with me out here today because it's just an absolutely beautiful day in Florida. So she noticed the big sunscreen slick and decided that, well, she was a chemist and a diver and worried about reef conservation, and decided to formulate a sunscreen that would not be harmful for the environment. And lucky for me, she's also formulated a leave-in conditioner and sting relief gel and shampoo and body wash and lip balm. So this is great. Now I've got several products that I can use that are not doing further damage to our environment. Another thing that makes a difference for me is there are some sunscreens out there, there are about 7 or 8 that are almost as good as far as being safe for the environment, but that one last thing, the real kicker, is that Stream to Sea has gone all the way to the expense and trouble of making sure that their packaging is also biodegradable. It's also recyclable, and a lot of the other sunscreens, they're still in plastic tubes, which is not really good for you, and it's really bad for the environment. So on all levels, Stream to Sea is really getting it right. The products are great, they feel great, they smell good. A lot of them are non-scented, which is good, so you don't have all that strange sunscreen chemical smell. You don't have the toxic chemicals in here. You don't have the oxybenzone and the oxtenazate, which has been banned. These chemicals are so bad, they're so toxic for you, that Hawaii, Palau, Bonaire, and now even Key West last week has banned their tourists and everyone else from bringing and using sunscreens and products with these really toxic chemicals in them. So this week I'm struggling with what am I going to do with my bag of toxic sunscreen that I have, and I'll probably be taking it somewhere where I can dispose of biohazards. And I'm horrified to think how many years I've been on the water, how much sunscreen I've put on my body, how bad has it been for me, and how bad has it been for the environment, for the fish and for the reef and the places where I was swimming. Did I inadvertently do damage to the beautiful ocean? I hope that's not the case. I really do. Look who's here. Guest appearance. That's Jasper. He's kind of an internet famous. So I have always worried about my impact on the environment, and here's a really, really easy way that I can reduce my impact on the environment simply by making some good choices. It's not going to cost any more, it's going to cost about the same, and instead of doing further damage, I am actually preventing further damage from happening to the environment. So I would really have to say I'm very pleased with all the products from Stream to Sea. I don't see any, I don't know what people are complaining about, a little bit of a sheen. I could see a little bit in the first moment or two. I could see a little bit of whiteness on my fingers where I had applied the sunscreen, but it very quickly, same on my face, it very quickly blended right in. And I know that the tinted sunscreen is going to be a great choice for everyday wear. And that's all I have to say. I mean, this is a really good product, and I'm very pleased to be working as a brand ambassador for Stream to Sea. It's one of these chances I have to promote something that is just a really good idea. Really good. We should wear sunscreen, and we should protect the environment. And when we can put both of those together, I feel like I'm an ambassador for our oceans. I feel like I'm an ambassador for our reefs and for our coral, and for helping to suggest to people that they do their part to save our corals and not do further damage. So I'm very pleased on all accounts. If you like my content and you like my channel, I'm so happy to have you here. So please subscribe. Please click the little bell so that you get more subscription notices, so that you get notices when I upload a new video. Leave your comments below. If you have any questions I could answer or any suggestions, please leave those down below. And I hope to see you in the next video, or I'd like to see you out on the water. Thanks. Bye.